we are very fortunate, and we have so much here to not be unhappy about. Obviously, a lot of the things, like we don't have an airline, we don't have proper functioning government departments at all, we don't have proper railway system, we don't have, the ports are apparently derelict or something like that. I mean, this is no good. You know, the country is being held aloft by, without a doubt, in my mind, I'm not pretending anymore, by the white population that remains here. That's what's keeping the country afloat. That's what's keeping Zimbabwe afloat. All the money that's going from here back to Zimbabwe. And it's all criminal on it's sort of criminal, you know, criminal with inverted commas on the government people's side. They're taking advantage of a situation that, you know, one might find in a high school. When you get, high school is a very good example of society, especially if it's a co-ed. You've got girls and boys. It's a very good mini civilization, mini culture, mini world, you know. And you see it. You get periods in your high school time when there's groups of boys who become bullies. They control everything. They make misery for everybody else. You get a team of girls. They make all the other girls cry all the time. It's the same. And so we have that in this country, and they still haven't got used to the idea that they have been given this wonderful country. They've been given our beautiful buildings, like the Union Buildings, the Presidency, which I've had the fortune of once being inside in Pretoria, and so forth. And they're taking advantage of it by basically, many of them, by stealing. And the impression I get is they're stealing as much as they can before it's too late. And we realize that it's time's up, boys, and you've got to stop now. So before that happens, and you know, if I'm probably going to be lambasted for saying this, but before the white boss comes back and says, "Hey, genoeg nou," you know, they're taking as much as they can. But this is wrong, because they have to wake up and enter. You know, we have to have a country of civilized norms, and where we don't have to worry so much about our future that we have to pinch everything in sight, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that. So we luckily have no racism that I can see in South Africa. I probably mouthed the worst racism I've heard in the last 5 minutes, that I've heard in the last year. And I mean, I don't mean it in a nasty way at all. I mean it in a good way. Black people are some of the finest people I've got friends of are black people. It's just different cultures, you know. And we've got to find a way for these cultures to work together. And it's also not such a good thing when we've got all these groups who are saying what the ANC must do, and they have their meetings, and they say the ANC must do this, and the ANC must do that, but nothing ever happens because the ANC doesn't even listen to them. I always use the example, it's like a bunch of chickens in a chicken farm who get together and form a committee to ask the chicken farmer to stop slaughtering Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Can't he just do it Mondays so that we can have a bit of a peace for a week every time? And they're going to present this petition to the chicken farm. Of course, the chicken farmer is not even listening. You see that you get my comparison, you know. Yeah.